Welcome agents. A Raid Nerf may be coming soon according to one Ubi developer. Now today I want to discuss this inevitability, plus a new Raid console time record, and we'll briefly look at what vanity items you can get from this Dark Hours Apparel event. Now if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button below, subscribe for dedicated Division content, and turn notifications on to never miss a video. With that said, let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into the meat of this video. A day or so ago, a PS4 Raid team got the console world's first with a completion time of 36 hours and 42 minutes. They uploaded a Reddit thread talking about this. Now, in the same Reddit thread, community manager for Ubisoft, Johan, congratulated the team, and Redditor Get Roared said, "Very impressive to create a raid that no normal player will ever accomplish." To which Johan responded saying, "The raid is very much designed to be the toughest challenge yet in the history of the franchise. It is built around the idea of a well-coordinated team with good communications. That said, raid difficulty is certainly feedback that we've been looking at since the release of Dark Hours, and it is not outside the realm of possibility that tweaks will be made moving forward." Now firstly, before we discuss this comment from Johan, I talked about raid difficulty previously in other videos, and I totally disagree with Get Roared that the raid should be possible for a normal group or normal people to beat, the same way that normal people cannot do heroic missions or other activities. The raid, level 4 control points and heroic missions or any other heroic type activity within the game are meant to be completed by the minority of people who are a cut above the rest, and certainly I'm not one of those either. It's people that invest a lot of time, a lot of effort into builds and all of that stuff that really that's what these pinnacle activities are for. They are not for the casual player. Anyway, this comment is quite revealing from Johan, and yet it's very vague intentionally. It's not surprising that the devs are considering changes to the raid, especially for console, as this appears to be the hot topic right now and something I've discussed in numerous videos before this one. With the possibility of changes in mind though, the same squad that got world's first on PS4 have now set the fastest raid run on console in just 2 hours and 52 minutes as of today, I believe, and that's a far cry from the 36 hours they took previously. Now, as I said in yesterday's video, I'm pretty sure that once this team have nailed it properly, they will be able to do it under 2 hours. And if they do make changes, then yes, I imagine they will be able to compete with the PC time of around 23 minutes currently. Now, at the time of me making this video, no other squad has come close, with Xbox still only having one team completing the raid in 17 hours. I do think the raid on console needs to be adjusted to meet the same difficulty as PC, but the question is, should the raid be nerfed across both PC and console? Or would the raid be fine if any changes were just to bring console in line with PC? I want you to leave your comment down below. Now the reason I ask that is because I'm interested to know how PC feel about the raid, because I've barely seen any complaints, and that's either because it's the right difficulty on PC or the console complaints have simply swamped them in the forums and on social media. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the devs nerf the difficulty of the raid across the board for a couple of reasons. The first reason being that generally they either don't do enough or do too much when it comes to making changes to the game. You can just look at the crazy increase in health and armor for this update and how that's currently affecting PvP. The second reason being that I think it's going to be very hard for the devs to increase hitboxes and all the other changes that people have mentioned. I really don't think they're going to do that. But, of course, we'll have to wait and see. The NPC nerf and all the other changes made with Title Update 3, like the armor and health, have clearly been made to avoid the raid being even harder. Can you imagine how hard the raid would have been had we not had this update with half the armor and health that we currently had in the last update? I'm pretty sure we would have got one shot by everything. So all of these changes that have been made with Title Update 3 have made sense in respect to the raid. And unfortunately, as they always do, the devs have overtuned stuff, certainly with armor and health, and that's my issue with this, is because if they do go ahead and make changes, generally they either don't tune it enough or overtune it, and then we have this huge difference when actually all they would need to do is just increase it slightly, incremental changes, and hopefully that would bring things in line. So I want to apologise for talking about the raid again, but I thought this comment from Johan really showed that the devs will be making changes. Now, the devs have never had the issue of saying no to things before, so to not say that here and just say they are looking into it basically confirms it's coming. The same way they said during their recent stream that raid matchmaking is something they are working on. We know it's coming, it's just a matter of when. Now, with that in mind, what sort of matchmaking service would you like to see implemented? The devs will need ideas, so if possible, I will share some of your ideas with the devs on the UB forums or Reddit, because I think it's something the raid really needs right now. I want you to leave your comments down below. Okay, so moving away from the raid, I want to briefly go over the Dark Hour Apparel outfits you can get from this event, and this would just be the outfits. There are 5 new outfits and a new uniform exclusive to this event. First up, we have the Pathfinder outfit. Now, aside from the headwear, it looks pretty bland, to be honest. Next up, we have the Rescue Specialist, which looks pretty cool, I think. Moving on, and we have the Expedition Leader outfit. Again, very similar to the Patchfinder outfit, and quite frankly, quite bland. We then have the Field Tactician outfit. I think this outfit is okay, especially the trousers. I think they look pretty cool. The high end next is the Security Expert, which, unlike the other outfits, requires 6 pieces rather than 5 pieces to complete it. This outfit is pretty cool, especially the sunglasses, which I really, really want. It kind of reminds me of X-Men. I can't remember the name of the guy. I think it's Cyclops, possibly. The guy that shoots the red lasers out of his eyes and he has those cool glasses on. I think they look good. And last, the exclusive uniform you get once getting all of the other vanity items for this event, and that includes the outfits. I believe there's 2 masks. I believe there's 4 emotes. And I also believe there's 4 weapon skins, possibly. There might be a little bit more. I can't remember exactly what it is. But once you've got all of that, then you will get the last piece of gear, which is the Off-Site Activities uniform. Now, this comes with an exclusive mask and emote, as you can see. And the overall outfit isn't anything special, to be honest. Now, I have to say, and I'm not trying to be negative here, but more constructive, the outfits in these events, and just in general, are pretty bland, to be honest. The day when you get a pair of blue trousers or a blue top or something with a little bit of colour, then you literally put that on and you never take it off, because there's really no colour in these outfits. And again, it's one of those things that I hope the devs really look at, just make it better for the future. Is it important? Not really. It's not really the sort of game where fashion is important, but it's still nice to have some good vanity items. I think, unfortunately, these apparel events don't offer very good vanity items. They offer sometimes some good masks, but generally, clothing-wise and gear-wise and all these sets, they're not really that interesting. So I found that a lot of people just, certainly me, I'm kind of speaking from experience here. I say a lot of people, but I'm not doing a poll or anything. But what I think is that generally people find these quite bland, so people aren't that interested. I hope the devs do a better job on these outfits in the future. Anyway, there you are, agents. A shorter video today because there isn't a whole lot at the moment until State of the Game on Wednesday. Make sure to stay tuned for that, and I will be streaming tomorrow, possibly. I don't know yet, but I'll leave a community post tomorrow anyway, confirming if I'm doing that or not. If some news come out, some breaking news about the game for whatever reason, then I'll do that instead, but I will let you know. Now, thanks for sticking around until the end and for all of the support on my videos. Until the next one, guys, Epic out.